These are busy times for application delivery specialist F5 Networks, which posted better than expected fourth quarter numbers recently, and it's also been extremely busy in the partner space. With me is F5 CEO John McAdam. So John, tell us about today's news with Amazon.
Yeah, today we announced the ability to run our product on the AWS Marketplace, so the application delivery controller, the virtual edition, the software version of our product. But we've been able to do that in the past, but now customers can go in, they can rent it by the hour. It's very, very flexible from a licensing perspective. We're actually giving a free version for testing and running as well. And what it gives us is the opportunity in the short term is to get to the small and medium business market where we don't work at all. Obviously, it's also a big deal for the enterprise that want to be able to maybe burst onto a cloud from the data center because of, say, seasonality issues where they need more performance. But overall, it's pretty exciting.
So obviously this is SMBs. Now, as you say, we wouldn't necessarily associate F5 with that space. So this is a whole new market for you?
It is, yeah. I mean, our sales force and our channel today really selling to the Fortune 1000. Right. We've got 70% of the Fortune 500 as customers. The SMB space we've not really focused on at all, and this is a good way of getting a foothold.
Okay, and speaking of partners, I know that you recently announced some news with Cisco around its application-centric infrastructure, its ACI. What can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we're pretty excited about that. Last week I was involved in the launch actually as a partner of Cisco, and we're looking forward to going to market with them with our joint product. So our synthesis architecture, which we announced last week, which is a high-performance fabric that's basically designed for application delivery services, so software-based. And it's very elastic in nature. It's very, very high performance. It allows you to deploy applications really, really quickly, either in the cloud, on premises, across global data centers, all of that type of thing that the customer wants to do and do it securely. And we will sit on top of the ACI fabric, talk together through the through the ACI architecture, and basically be able to deploy applications really quickly. I mean, the goal is by the touch of a button.
So, I mean, the whole notion of this is around business applications, isn't it? We're talking about, like Salesforce, that type of thing.
Well, any application. The thing that we provide in that application is services to basically secure those applications and orchestrate those applications. And obviously make them more efficient. Okay,
and just finally, I know that you're in town for your analyst investor event this week, and there's been a lot of attention focused on F5's margins recently. Kind of what's the story there?
Yeah, on our conference call, we basically gave some guidance for the year because we just started the fiscal year on the 1st of October, FY14. And one of the things our CFO talked about was that we may see some margin degradation of half a point to a point. Basically linked to the fact that we're doing more consultancy. And I think that probably was misunderstood in terms of it being a bigger deal, lengthening sales cycles. We don't see that. We don't see it at all. This is all about customer satisfaction, driving product growth, and also specifically in the LTE space, in the service provider. We're going to be hiring more consultants there because these are pretty complex projects. To give you an idea, we've had 60 consultants in the LTE space alone with our traffic systems solution over the last 9 months to a year.
Okay, so there you have it. We've had a clarification from F5 Networks on where its margins stand and the rationale behind that moving forward. Also, look out for more news from this company in the SMB space. I'm James Rogers at The Street.